Hello there, today we're going to give you an honest review of SoulMask and cut through the hype of this game. It's going to be an extra long review because we're going to show you all the good things that this game has to offer and show you where some of these good things fall apart, showing you how, badly this game is only overhyped at the end of the day. Sure, it is fun at the start of the game. We can collect all these resources super fast and easy. We can cut down the trees, mine some rocks, we can climb, if I can get there properly. Let's go third. I hate third person, but yeah, we can climb up rocks and cheese and jump off of them, all this kind of fun stuff. We have a nice fast action combat, we got dodges, we got special attacks for our weapons. We got lots of stuff going on in this game in that department. Let's go over there and craft some gear for ourselves. Let's craft some gloves. Maybe you can craft some other stuff. What am I short on here? Maybe some more thick rope would be nice so I can get some more stuff in there. Where'd my gloves go? Right there. So look at that. I crafted some gloves. I got some good gloves instead of just regular gloves. We have different loot qualities and stuff. We got legendary we can craft. Right at the start of the game, you could pop off and get a legendary pair of linen gloves. What's the difference? More hit points? Yeah. This one here has 21. This one here has 25. And has 6.2 attack versus 5.2 attack. So there's a difference on your gear crafting and you can get lucky. Recraft it. Oh, I got too many. I can deconstruct it. This is all nice stuff. All the view in here is nice. We can see all the stats on our equipment right here. We got some legendary gear that we got. I can't repair this unfortunately, but yeah, I got this from the tribal master. But yeah, we got all these different buffs on there. Hit points, hit point percentages, resiliences, and more stamina, and all this kind of fun stuff on our stats. Lots of this stuff in this game looks nice. We can go over here and check out the masks that we start with. Okay, we got a variety of masks we can pick at the start of the game. We have all these different nodes we can unlock. We don't use actual souls in this game. We just loot some gems from chests that we can keep looting over and over again to level up our mask. And then some of these things are just fluff pieces on there, like leveling up the weapons and the crafting skills to make the learning process faster. That's it, right? So you can get up to 100% speed on learning stuff faster, and that's what you have to look forward to. That's not much. That's just extra fluff and stuff like that at the end of the day. But yeah, we have our mask getting leveled up. We have our awareness leveling up, which affects our technology tree, and we have all these blueprints and stuff that we can learn. It's but I've seen this system before. It's a bad system at the end of the day, and one of the reasons why I don't like it is because when I go to the stone weapons, it's not just learn all the stone weapons, it's learn one weapon at a time type of thing. That's all for throwing weapons, but yeah, learn how to make a sword, learn how to do a dual blade. This stuff is normally not separated in regular games, but they separated here, and that's what they copied the assets of games that had them all separated. They think that's acceptable because that's what they did before, and it kind of isn't, in my opinion. And you might say, hey, it's just one skill point, don't worry about it, you level up so fast, but your leveling up slows down and your skill points are going to be wasted at the end of the day if you're not going to be doing them properly, as if you're playing solo player and stuff like that. And then we had the same thing for beast weapons. It's just one skill point, don't worry about it. But now we're at bronze weapons, now it's 2 skill points to learn these weapons. That's getting a little bit over the top. So yeah, 2 skill points for there, but yeah, we're not done yet. Of course it's going to be higher. We go to the steel, now it's 6 skill points and 5 skill points for bows that are separated. If I want to be an archer, I gotta spend 11 skill points to learn the bows that I might want to use in this game. What the hell is that? But yeah, that's we can just ignore that for now. That's just skill points. We don't know how it's going to work out at the end of the day. I just don't like it because I know what's going to happen, and it's just going to be a lot of extra leveling up for no reason if you want to learn stuff. But anyways, we have all this nice stuff right here. We have 5 different stats we get. We can level up, we get some stats for ourselves, and then we get 1 free point for ourselves. We can see this is all nice stuff. We take a look at the agility. We can see it levels up our spears, it levels up our attack speed on our bladed weapons, and our perception. It levels up our bow damage and all this other stuff that it does. We can see all this stuff. It's nice to have. And then we can have all these stats in here, and then all these different effects that you can have. What does the bleed do in this game? How much hit points am I losing per second? What's my numbers on there? We can see all this stuff. It's very nice to see all this stuff and have some options when you're leveling up your character. That's all the standard stuff that we need to see in these games. And now we have our crafting skills. We have lots of crafting skills in here to level up too, because they're leveling up. Your logging skill goes up, all this stuff goes up there. Yeah, and we can see what it does. We get a logging speed, and our output goes out, and our durability goes down, and our stamina cost goes down, and that's all nice to have. Then we have other special abilities that we can learn, getting more resources as a bonus when we get that when we hit that level break, we'll get that kind of stuff happening. And same thing for our weapons. We can see all the different things that we have. Damage multiplier for my bows and stamina and all this kind of stuff. And then when we get to that level, we can pick our thing. I picked damage. I could have picked more damage and more stamina being used up when I fire. I could have done that. We have these choices. It's nice, but I'm stuck at level 50. I'm at my cap already. What's going on with that? That's, maybe kill the bosses and then we'll unlock. But I don't like being limited in these type of games and being forced to go kill bosses to make myself better. I don't like it, but I can understand it. But that's just me. But anyways, let's go over to the mastery in here. We can take a look at that because we have our little special skill sets we can use for ourselves, and then we have some bow skills over here. I can go ahead and change my different skill over there. Now I'm gonna dodge barrage versus a jumping back shot. It's like the same thing, but I just move sideways versus going backwards. This is I don't like this one because it spins around too slowly. But anyways, we have this option here. But what we see right here is lots of grayed out stuff. This is not acceptable in this day and age. Having locked out stuff that we can't see. When we can go look it up online, but I don't want to spend my time alt-tabbing and trying to find a good web page that's not full of like 100 ads that are just blocking everything. I don't want to deal with that bullshit. As soon as the wikis came out, these games should never have this grayed out stuff. This should not be here in any game. They should just show you what you're going to learn. What if I want to learn the claws and I want to see what's going to happen at level 120? What skill am I going to be able to use at that point? I have to look it up and alt-tab and read it up there. Sorry, you're wasting my goddamn time, and I don't want to go through some ads and all that kind of crap. That's not for me. And why are you doing that kind of crap? It shouldn't be done that stuff at all anymore. But that's what they're doing. So yeah, I just don't agree with that whatsoever. It's just another bad call in my opinion. But anyways, let's go through some of the other good stuff. The map is good in this game, right? Nice and fast and big. Because it's interactive and stuff like that too. We can see what all these things do for their natural things with barbarian barracks, all that kind of fun stuff that we can see. Some ancient ruins and all that kind of stuff. We can make our own map markers. This is like a must-have for these games these days, and unfortunately lots of games don't have the stuff where you can actually rename your map markers, put names on there as you see fit. But there's always a but in this game. Why is there a but? It's killing me here. There's only 20. I can only put 20 map markers on there. Sure, 20 might not matter to you, but I'm already at 20, and I'm not even a quarter through the map so far. And I want to keep all my map markers. Well, maybe not all of them, but I don't want to be limited and have to worry about deleting some map markers that are going to remind me of where stuff is. That's the whole point of the map markers, so you don't have to remember yourself on exactly where everything is. Like maybe I want to know that there's going to be a jaguar over here, and that's what that map marker is there for, right? That there's a jaguar over here. Maybe I want to go get the babies and have that for a mount later on. But yeah, so I want to know where to go, but I can't have enough map markers. That's ridiculous having a limitation on there. You can't limit people in these type of games. Sure, you can limit my bonfires and how much bases I have. Single player, I should be limited. Multiplayer, I can understand not having a whole bunch of bases for yourself. That's a little bit bad, but yeah. We don't like that. And then we can take a look at the map again, because I forgot some stuff in here. But yeah, what is this? This is a copper node, and there's no other copper on the map. And then there's a tin node over here. There's no other tin on the map. And this is a big distance. This is a long distance. This is where you start. This is going to take a while to get over to this place. I wouldn't build there, by the way. But anyways, this is a lot of distance to cover and a lot of bad terrain to cover to go get tin. And this stuff is all guarded too. So this is the system that they used in Myth of Empires too. A stupid mine that's, you have one mine to go to, and it's guarded by a whole bunch of guys that just respawn all the time. It's like in a true MMO fashion, and this doesn't belong as an MMO for this type of game. It doesn't fit. It's not something that should be aiming for. It should be pulling away from that MMO and focusing more on single player and not multiplayer stuff. And maybe multiplayer in a group is okay, but not online stuff. No, that's not good for this. When you have choke points of one copper node and one tin ore, then you have to run back and forth with no fast travel. What the hell? Doing this once or twice, fine. That's the learning curve. But once I've done this a couple times, I don't want to do this any more than a couple times. That's it. I don't want to go there and make a base somewhere. I can make a base here just to mine copper, and then come over here and make another base just to mine the tin, and then have another base to, my real base somewhere else to do something else. I don't want to do that kind of crap. It just doesn't interest me whatsoever to have that without fast travel. At least in Ark, they had resources all over the place, and you can fly to get to them. In this game, we don't have that. You're looking at the portal right in front of you, and there's a portal system, but of course it's going to drop your loot like these Ark systems do. But maybe there's a setting to turn that off, and that you actually can teleport your loot. Maybe you can build your own portals later on. But if it's not in the Bronze Age, I don't care anymore, because that's when I need it. Like, you could have it before the Bronze Age, which would be nice, but I can understand having a portal system built with bronze, because you need these resources to make it, right? Do this a couple times yourself, and then you can start doing the fast travel after that. But is that going to happen? I don't think so. There's not going to be a fast travel. I just don't believe what's going to happen. I don't have to look at the technology. Hopefully I'm wrong, but yeah, you can bet on me for being wrong. That would be nice, but you'd probably lose that bet that there's going to be a fast travel option in the Bronze Age. It's not going to happen, and then you're going to lose a lot of interest. And there goes a big, huge loss of interest right there, fighting the guys over and over again to get your resources. That's going to be boring at the end of the day. But anyways, let's go into some of the other fun stuff, because we got all these nice spike traps sitting right here, and these guys I could hire to work for me. Well, not really hire, beat them up and then give them some food and then say, hey, now you're working for me, and that type of thing. So let's go there and get them all pissed off. Haha, back of the head, sucker. Yeah, nice attack. Come get me. Come get me. Oh, yeah, you just can't. What's wrong? Can't run? Oh, nice dive. There you go. They all just sit there and plop down dead. Fun stuff like that. Fun, interesting things you could do with these traps and stuff like that. That's all nice. And he died. Where's your weapon? Where's your armor? Do you not wear weapons and armor? What kind of game does not drop weapons and armor now? Give me a goddamn break. No weapons and armor again. Sometimes they'll drop stuff with with low durability, and that's fine. That's what they should be dropping. All of these guys that you kill should be dropping whatever weapons they're using and whatever armor they're using with with low durability. They disappear super fast too, don't they? But yeah. Anyways, they should be dropping this stuff. The game can handle it. You have this deconstruct option. You can deconstruct all this stuff. Why is that not in the game? It's just a huge oversight not doing that. It would really make this game a lot better if you had that kind of realism. You beat up some guy, he drops everything he has, and it might be crap, and you might have to disassemble it. But it's nice to know that this stuff isn't just arbitrary garbage, and that's what I don't want to see when I'm playing games like this. I don't want to see stuff like that happen, but it is happening, unfortunately. And so yeah, this honeymoon phase is starting to end. Well, yeah, we're not there yet. We haven't talked really much about the workbenches yet. So yeah, these guys can do all the work for me. They can start doing the cooking, they can start doing all the crafting for myself, they can start making all these wooden planks I might need, and the different kinds of wooden planks, and they can start making different foundations and walls and all that kind of stuff. They can process my leathers and my cloth and all that stuff, and make all the pottery I need for all my dishes and all that kind of stuff. That's all nice and dandy, but when you go to take a look at this crafting bench right here, what does every other new game have out there? You go into the crafting bench and you go there and pick something you want to craft. I want to craft like a wooden chest. Leather. Do I not have any leather? Well, I do have leather. It's in that chest right over there. But this is not pulling inventory from the chest around me. That's what every other game has these days, is the ability to pull the resources from chests inside your base, like the whole base. The last game I played, my whole area around here, I could loot anywhere around it. Like this whole area where you can see this stuff is all harvested. This is where it stops. This is the area of my base where these guys stop gathering resources. I should be able to get every access to all my chests and build whatever I want to build with all those resources like other games have these days. But this game doesn't have it because it's using broken assets from Myth of Empires that this game is using for the workbench system. It's a shit system they used. Why would they use that? Probably the same Chinese company that made that game and made this game too, and it is using that same crappy asset. Sure, it looks nice and it might be okay at the start of the game, but then you're making a workbench, a wooden workbench, to craft another wooden workbench that crafts other workbenches. Now we have a leather working bench that needs to be, we can't butcher stuff on there together. But okay, we got a leather, a tanning rack, versus a butcher's table. That's okay, that's fine, whatever. And this is workbench after workbench after workbench. It starts getting a little bit repetitive after a while. Then we start going to the right here where it starts getting real. Then the pain in the ass stuff starts coming and popping up. Sorry, I'm just getting tongue-tied here, but yeah, here we go. We have this workbench that makes tools. So this one makes tools. Then we have a weapons workbench. What's going on here? Now we have an armoring workbench, and now we have a repair workbench. This is everything what a smithy would do. In most other games, a smithy does all four of these things at the same time because, hey, I am crafting tools. I am using the smithy to craft these iron tools or these bronze tools. And the same thing, I can make just weapons. Like, what is the difference? It is extra workbenches and extra steps that they're making you take to waste your time, basically, right? And it is just a pain in the ass system that they're using. I really don't like it whatsoever. This is the worst system ever to use. And then it's going to show you a little bit more on how bad this system is. It's a direct copy. They haven't adjusted this at all, and hopefully they do, but 4 different fertilizers to grow my crops. That's ridiculous. Sure, it's early access and they might change it, but I still have to craft 4 different fertilizers and put them on there one at a time each to make my farm up get my plants to grow, and they don't even. I gotta put the plants in manually, freely. But yeah, what the hell? It's just not automatic or anything like that. This is like a shitty system. I'm sure they can make it a little bit better with some updates and stuff like that, and modify it a little bit, but it is still the same assets from that Myth of Empires that are making all the rules that for this farming system, and those rules suck in general. So everything about this is just going to suck. It's not totally bad, but it just sucks. I really don't like it, and being stuck by those rules on the farming rules is really bad. And another problem is, like, I want my guys to do the work, they don't do the work. I have to get up to level 25 and make another workbench, so I can craft this stuff right away, but my guys won't do any work on there. I have to wait till a higher level in the Bronze Age, and then I can go over there and make another workbench so they can actually work on here. And the same thing for the the animal pens. Sure, I got to feed them and water them, and to get my guys to do all that kind of stuff and help them breed and stuff like that and gather their resources. I need to be a higher level to make a workbench that will make them work over here. That's like, what the hell? Why am I doing all this extra step? Why is there so many goddamn workbenches to do stuff that most games don't have? You make an animal pen, assign a guy to the animal pen. It's that simple. And the trap the guys is the pain in the ass in this game. I got some traps over there. They keep getting they keep getting triggered. I gotta repair them with no animals inside. It's just crap at the end of the day. And I just can't go and knock guys out. Like, why can't I just come over here and knock some guys out? Oh, look at this. My traps are sprung. There's nothing inside. Yay, thanks. Now I've got to repair them and reset them and put more bait inside since I got nothing out of them. It's just a garbage system right off the bat. These ones aren't even sprung yet. What's going on there? But yeah, nothing in there. But yeah, I gotta keep repairing all this stuff back and forth and not get anything. I just can't knock guys out, put a net on them. What the hell? I think other games you can do that. Ark, you can do that, but I can't do that because that's the way this game is played, I guess, at the end of the day. So that's going to be a problem for me, at least. And that's, I'm starting to lose my love for the game at the start. That honeymoon phase is really ending really fast right now. Now let's go talk about the third-person view, because this is a third-person game. Why? Because it's crap. That's a crap system. Third person is a crap thing to do. It's not a crap game. It's still a decent game and all that. But yeah, third person, I can't look down and I can't look up. That is just garbage. In this day and age, if you can't look straight down and you can't look straight up, what the hell is wrong with you? Is my guy a fat bastard like me? I don't know. But hey, I can't look down. I can't go up top of my building here and shoot guys that are breaking down my door. And if I move over here, they follow me. I can't aim down and I can't aim up. I hate that kind of garbage myself. But hey, they're working on a first-person view, but it's not there yet because they're using these cheap-ass Myth of Empire assets, which is the third-person game, and all these other assets they use to combine with this game, and the visuals just don't work properly in a first-person view. They're having issues with that, and they want to make it perfect before they actually roll that out and unlock it for you. But yeah, they can have it. They just have to do some more work on it to get it. But at the end of the day, in first person, I'm still not going to be able to look down or look straight up and be able to aim and fire my weapons that way. That's just not how it works in these games. That part can't change, and that's going to limit your gameplay experience at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, it's a third-person game, even if you're playing it in third person. Just like this is a server-based game, even though I'm playing it in single player and I'm not connected online whatsoever. I'm still making it my own server and playing by server rules while I'm playing solo player game right there. So that is still the rules you have to follow on this game, and those are just bad rules. I hate server rules. Ark had really bad server rules for themselves. It took forever to customize my settings, and it had like 200 or something settings you could do to adjust it to make it playable and stuff like that. But and options and all that kind of stuff. This one doesn't have that many options yet, and it's still a lot of work to do that. And still, Ark never did a preset for single player players, and they wonder why their game dies off, because Ark does not belong as a multiplayer game, and neither does this. This game is going to die off in a couple years, just like Ark did. Something new is going to pop up there. You're going to realize how bad this game is once you worry about these workbenches and all that stuff you got to do on the map, going back and forth, mining these different resources, the same thing over and over again. And I haven't even talked about the combat in this game. The bow in this game is not a bow, it's a sniper rifle. That's what it is. It's just a straight shot. There is no variety on here. It's just a straight shot. There's no arc whatsoever. It's just bam, dead. And the enemies are doing the same thing, and they're using aimbots. you could go there and fight a level 5 guy, and if you fight 5 level 5 guys, they're all going to hit you like at the exact same time. Oh, you dodge. It doesn't matter. They're using aimbots. You're running around. It doesn't matter because they're using aimbots. What more do I need to say? They're bots. They're not geared or programmed properly and adjusted properly to actually realize that guy's level 5 versus some guy that's level 50 or level 100. Maybe a level 100 guy can hit me as I'm dodging all the time, but a level 5 guy should be missing if I'm running around and trying to dodge. And that's the way the game should work, but it doesn't work because that's their bot system that they're using. The other problem is, since I'm still looking here, I'm doing this for a reason, because you're sitting there, you're fighting your guys. Oh, there's one shot, second shot, then third shot, dodge. Okay, fighting this guy. Oh, let's try it again. What's going on here? So shoot him again. The third shot, dodge. Every third shot, every guy in this game dodges. It's the same thing over and over again. You have 7 weapons in this game. I can switch my character to any of these guys over here and level them up there, and they can have a different weapon and stuff like that. But there is 7 weapons in this game, so this game has 7 guys you're fighting. That's it. You saw the guys over there that we fought that we watched over there. They had their weapon styles. They came in there and attacked. Every other guy in this game that has a sword is going to have the same attack pattern with their weapons. And then, okay, they can level up and have different skills. That means they can have their special ability skills like this. Will be a little bit different later on. But their attack pattern is going to be the same. They're still going to be dodging every third attack from your arrows. The scripted combat here is just going to be the same at the end of the day. You're fighting 7 guys. Oh, what about the wildlife? There is a ton of wildlife in this game. You got pigs, you got monkeys, you got boars, you got lions, you got elephants or whatever, you got the alligators and snakes and all this other different animals you can fight, panthers and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, a dog is the same as a wolf, and a wolf is the same as a dire wolf, and a frost wolf or a gray wolf or whatever kind of wolf they want to call it is still a wolf. You have a puma, you have a jaguar, you have a lion. They're all cats. It's the same attack pattern over again, and that type of thing. So there's lots of variety, but lots of the same attack patterns too, which are going to get old and boring real quick, especially when you're playing a game that has really fast respawn rates when you have to go and kill the same guys over again. So, doing this, killing 10, 15 guys, okay, that's going to take forever to do because they have the same attack pattern. You're by yourself, you want to be careful. You do that, then you come back and they respawn 10 minutes later and you do it all over again. You want to come over here and kill the barbarians barracks like I did. The guys are just going to respawn again, and you're going to have a bad day. At least in solo player, they now have an option to turn that off, so none of these guys will respawn if you're inside here, but once you leave, they're all back again right away. So you have that option at least, and that's the way it should be. You should be able to adjust your respawn times as you see fit, and just having them there it's not a good idea for mining nodes and stuff like that. That's just a bad system. I can understand it here, but it's not really very realistic. You don't get the feel of this game when it's just all warriors in here. That's all there is. It's just guards. This whole area is just guards. You have to go through there, and then you have to farm this stuff multiple times, as you do have to do in these type of games, multiple times of doing the same thing over again. By the way, I'm going to do another video that I found a pathway through here that I can get up on top of this cliff right here. You still got to kill a few guys, but it's less guys than running through the whole base, and you got to kill a few guys to get to that spot. It's a cheap spot to kill them too, so it's kind of easy. So then you get on top of this cliff and come up behind them, and then kill the big boss guy over here from behind on top of this cliff right here. And then there is a secret jump you can make over here to get up there and get back up here without going through this whole system if you want to. And then you can kill, like, there's a tribal chief in here and another guy chief in there to kill. So you have, I'm going to do that video there for later on anyways. But yeah, but that is for later on, for other things I'm going to discover, because at the end of the day, this is still a good game. And this, well, not really that good. I would call Ark a good game, because Ark would get a 7 out of 10. This game, since it's still early access and has lots of these little flaws that's going on with it, is a 6 out of 10. It is fast, it plays faster. We have more combat styles and options that we can go there and play with it. It's different, but it is the same at the end of the day. So it's the pros and the cons going back and forth from Ark in this game. They could be big, they could be small. It doesn't really matter. It just matters about the play value at the end of the day. Am I going to come back to this game? Am I going to play it long term? Is it going to be fun long term? Like Ark, so that's why this game is only a 6 out of 10 versus a 7 out of 10 for Ark. Because right now, if I quit this game and then come back a year later and I want to play a nice survival game like this, I would choose Ark over this game because this game is not new anymore, and I've already played it, and Ark is a little bit better one right now, even though this game looks better, right? It looks better and plays faster and better than Ark does, but it's not as fun as Ark is going to be because we have flying, and we have a way to travel back and forth fast. We have multiple areas, multiple maps, and lots of huge big there's just more to do, stuff like that. It's different in its own ways, and that this game, with all the updates that it's going to do and then all the different fixes it's going to have, it can possibly get up to 7 out of 10 too. So at the end of the day, this game can tie Ark for its score. But as for getting better, if I see some, you see people giving this game like a 9 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10 like maybe. But I wouldn't give this game a 7 out of 10 right now. But 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, they're kind of lying to you. They're not really playing this game more than the first 5 minutes, because the first honeymoon phase, the first few hours of this game is awesome. It's fun. It's easy to play. But you have to judge the game on every aspect of the game that you're going to play after a while. Just the first aspect you're going to run into, and then you're going to hit the walls of getting these ores and fighting the same guys over and over again, and then you're going to stop having fun. And then you're going to stop having fun realizing that if I want to level up my skill and level up my technology, I'm going to have to be crafting at this workbench for a couple hours and AFK, and you don't want to AFK in games like this, especially if you're online, especially if it's a game from China, because if you're on a server that's run by a Chinese game, all your data is being recorded like it is on every other server, but the Chinese government has free access to all that data. The company has no choice. The government just gets free reign on all your data. That means they're logging my keys. I'll type the FU China on there, they'll record that, and then they'll send a hitman after me. That type of thing, right? That's what the Chinese government does at the end of the day. You say they're a piece of shit, they're gonna come after you. That's how petty they are. Somebody calls me a piece of shit, good for you. I don't care. I'm not going to do anything to you. But the Chinese government, their dicks are so small, they're going to come after you because you said something bad about them. That's what small dick people do. They can't take an insult. But at the end of the day, you have to worry about your data being corrupted because you're AFK and you alt-tabbed. You AFK for a couple hours, you alt-tab and you log into your Amazon account, for an example, and you type in your password and bought something. Now they have all that data. The Chinese government has that data. The Chinese government sorts through that data and then sells that data to a third party, who then goes there and hacks your computer. Doesn't hack your computer, just hacks your Amazon account, and then rocks up a $5,000 bill of crap that you didn't buy and you don't get to have, and then you have to pay it. And that's what's going to happen to you. Maybe a couple months later, maybe longer, maybe never. If you're lucky, never. Hopefully you're not that stupid enough to do that and actually alt tab while you're playing games like this and actually do anything that's with sensitive data that can be keylogged, because you're playing on their server. They can log your keys. It's not going to pop up on your virus scanner that this game has a keylogger on it, because this game does not have a keylogger on it. Being on their server is the keylogger, and that is the problem right there, because they can record all your data on what you're doing. That's why I turned it off when I play games like this. There's no internet access right now for them, but I have nothing on my computer anyway, so it doesn't matter if I was. So if I was online, it wouldn't matter, because there's you can do whatever you want to my computer. It's a junky computer, and there's nothing on there for you to worry about. So I'll just format the whole thing. It doesn't matter. It's a piece of crap. I'll just buy a new one if I can. Well, I can't really afford it, but since I can't afford a good computer, so that would be a problem. But it's just be an annoyance. I just won't be able to play anything for a while and try and scrounge together some crappy computer. But anyways, at the end of the day, 6 out of 10 is what you're looking at for the actual gameplay of this game. Possibly up to 7 out of 10 after the updates and they address all these issues. And that's what you're probably looking for at the end of the day. Is hopefully I answered the questions of why. If you have any other questions, you can go ahead and ask me, and I'll let you know that my opinion of it if you care about that, and if I missed something, right? Because I probably missed a lot. It's a long video, and I'm forgetful of some of the smaller things here and there, but hopefully I covered all the different things you might want to know about this game and how interesting it can be, how fun it is at the start, but the fun will actually wear off, and then you'll get to realize that this game is not as good as it's hyped up to be at the end of the day. It's still a decent game. It's 6 out of 10 is definitely recommended to try out, but it's just a buyer be warned on that server stuff for yourself. But yeah, I'm still gonna play this game. It's still fun. The last games I'm playing are all like 5 out of 10s. They're playable, they're decent, but they're not as interesting as a 6 out of 10 game. And but this game is not as good as like an Ark yet. It can get up to there, but no, not at the moment. And this game is just full of hackers and spammers and stuff like that for online. So if you're gonna play this game PvP, don't, because choke points and choke points and choke points being camped all the whole time. PvE with guilds and stuff like that as an MMO, no, I would build my base here, here, and here, and I would block you off so you can't go get some copper easily. So you'd be stuck having stupid little copper mines at your little base, which you can do, right? You can build your own little copper mine, which gives you like a crappy number of resources every day, right? Really shitty. At least I think it's going to be shitty, because this is the Myth of Empires thing, and in the Myth of Empires you could build one thing. You could build one copper mine or a tin mine or an iron mine, not one of each. And that's how that game was run. Hopefully this game isn't like that, but if you're stuck doing that, you want some copper, you build your mine, you can only have one mine, you have it on copper, and then you have to wait until you have enough copper, then go back to tin, or come over here and deal with all the guilds that made their bases all across here, and do that when you're playing online. So yeah, not recommended whatsoever. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.